she left for London.
I know.
My God, it's a new you.
Thank you.
It's a new you.
And a very fresh you.
Forever. Come on, let's go
Let's go.
inside.
Thank you.
Ayan. How would you describe Bella Padilla today?
Today, to be honest, on a surface level, Bella Padilla's a little bit tired. Yeah, a little bit tired. Physically, I'm tired, but inside, I feel like I'm bursting at the moment. Like there's so many emotions, like so many things happening. I feel like there was a lull, for 4 years. I was living in London. It was very quiet. Also, there was a pandemic. ABS-CBN closed down. So for a while, my life went, yung parang the sound of, I guess, yung vacuum sound, like just the void of noise.
Yeah.
That's how I would think my life was like for 4 years. And then suddenly I'm thrown back into the Philippines, and then it's non-stop work since August. It's showtime, it's 2 films at the same time. I feel like I haven't really sat down and thought about my life. And I think I need to do that soon, just to appreciate everything that's happening. So, yeah. I feel like this is the first time I'm sitting down and talking to someone.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I remember when you were going to London, that takes so much courage. It takes a lot of courage to leave what you know.
Yes.
The fame and popularity you had. Paano mo nagawa yun? Hindi ka ba natakot?
I was very, very scared, but also very, very optimistic. Like, one thing about me is you already imagine something that you want to achieve, and you're not gonna stop until you get it. So when I was leaving for London, that's what I had in mind. Parang I had a goal set in my head, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna achieve. And the best way for me to do it is to leave the country first. I must say, I haven't gotten it yet, but I am inching towards the main goal. So, yeah.
Nag-aral ka sa London.
I did.
Ikwento mo ano ang buhay ni Bella Padilla sa London noon.
Actually, masaya naman. Like, I'm not gonna complain. It was very fun. Parang it's the first time I really allowed myself to live. Kasi dito hindi naman tayo nakakalakad-lakad sa labas. I had to relearn everything, like even how to walk. Because I would walk on the other side of the road. People there have a very different sensibility when talking. Like, everyone's so straightforward. Whereas here, we really tiptoe around everything, which we shouldn't do. And that's one of the things I think na set me apart before. Like, I was very blunt. So when I moved to London, I was like, bagay ako dito. Like, people actually speak their minds, Like, if they think of something, they'll tell you.
Natuto ka ba mag-grocery, magluto? Alam mo yun, lahat.
Lahat naman. But I was very independent kasi here. Even when I was young, my mom naman brought me up in a way na parang I didn't feel like an artist at home. I was brought up without extra privilege, even if I was already an artista since I was 16, 17. So I think that really grounded me also. So I would go home from taping sometimes at 6 a.m. before, and she would wake me up at 8 to go to the mall and pay for our Meralco bill.
Ganun.
Walang special treatment. Even if we had helpers at home, just to remind me na here at home, you're the youngest kid. You don't get special treatment.
And nung nandun ka sa London, yung pakiramdam na hindi ka Padilla doon.
Wala. Minsan natatakot ako kasi parang feeling ko pag nawala ako dito, no one's gonna look for me. Like, pag nasagasaan ako, no one's gonna know. Like, I'm literally just gonna be a number. Like, you're part of a statistic. So parang even if I get sick, like, I would get scared before. Like, if I get hospitalized here and kunwari maoperahan ako, tapos hindi ako nagising, how will they know? Like, who's gonna call my brother or my mom? Or, like, are they gonna send them a letter? Like, ganun yung thoughts ko nun sa London. But,
wow.
But also, I'm a chronic overthinker. So, guys, don't think like me. This is not normal. Like, you shouldn't think like this. But, yeah, may mga ganun akong instances. But, nababawi siya kasi I had a lot of friends naman then. I made friends quite easily. It was such a nice, little quiet life.
Would you say simple ang buhay mo doon?
Simple pero en grande because I saw so many things that I wouldn't see here. Like, I would watch plays that were full-on productions. I got to experience a first world country, the efficiency of a first world country that, sadly, now that I'm back, I see we're still so far away from. And you don't even have to go far to see that. Like, you can just go to Thailand and see how much the progress is there. Because, my dad was living in Thailand for 30 years before he passed away in 2023. And that also opened my mind. Like, I feel like one thing I really realized also when I moved to London is living in the Philippines really puts you in a bubble. Yeah. And it makes us stupid. Sorry for the term, but it makes us stupid. We have no interest in anything global. Like, there's no interest here in global news. We're so self-centered here. We only focus on our own problems. That's something that frustrates me so much. Because when I stepped out, I realized, wow, there's so many things happening, like good and bad. It's not all bad. There are also so many beautiful things happening around the world. Like, there's a place in London called Canary Wharf in the middle. I would swim there, and that's one of the dirtiest waters in the world. It's like Pasig River almost. But there's a Dutch company that cleans little pockets of bodies of water all across Europe to show people that you can still clean dead bodies of water. And now it's swimmable. It's almost potable.
Yeah.
So see, we have hope for Pasig River, and yet no one's talking about it. Nobody's doing it here. So like, it really opens your mind. So one thing I must say though, before I moved to London, the person who really pushed me to leave was JC Santos. So I have him to thank for my
co-star
leaving.
mo.
Yeah.
Oo. So, dati na kayo magkaibigan?
No one knows this about JC, but he studied in New York. He went to drama school in New York. He's properly trained. He went to UP here for theater. So JC for me is he's one of the top 3 best actors we have in the Philippines right now. I used to ask him a lot about his life in New York. And he would always tell me like such beautiful stories, but also he would tell me like the dark sides of it, of the seasonal depression, of how winter really hits you hard, all of that. So, and I love that. Parang I love the drama of that, and also the excitement for spring and life coming back, all of that. So, since I'm half British anyway, I am a British citizen. I was like, maybe one day I will leave the country and try,
You're a brilliant writer.
Thank you.
You clearly have strong opinions.
Sometimes too much.
Naisip mo na ba na tumakbo sa politika or magtrabaho sa gobyerno?
I don't think they need me. I don't want to say no, because I will be where people need me, and I will go where I feel like I need to go. At my core, I'm an actress, I'm a writer, and I'm a director, but honestly, right now, I feel like anybody can be a politician, because at the state of, how our country is, I would pick a random person on the street right now and choose them to be there instead of the people we have at the moment. I'm sorry, but I feel like there's so many people who are more capable at the jobs that are given so easily to people who are not capable. I just have a really big pet peeve for people who run for office and they don't study. Like they don't study even just basic governance. Parang I feel like that should at least be a prerequisite. I know they give a 3-day course to the congressmen who are about to go in, the new congressmen. And I don't think all of them attend those 3-day sessions, right? Like, shouldn't that be mandatory? But also, if they don't go, who gets mad? Who checks?
Ngayong bumalik ka sa Pilipinas, nakita mo the Nepo babies, Nepo wives, Nepo this, Nepo that. Kasi in London, what was it like?
You don't see people wearing branded stuff like super in your face, If they do, it's one piece in their whole outfit. It's not brand on brand on brand. Dito, it's so tacky. I'm so sorry to say, but it's so tacky. Sorry. Pag napanood itong vlog na ito, si Bella, ang daming problema today.
Si Bella baka-open.
Ayaw, sabi ko, dami nakikita ni Bella. No, pero nababaduyan kasi ako. Parang talaga brand on brand on brand. Guys, have some class. Ewan, kainis.
Napag ganyan ka bigla.
Stress ako. Magpo-promote lang dapat ang pelikula.
I'm curious, do you always agree with the stand of Senator Robin Padilla, who's a relative?
I don't. Actually, I don't think I agree with 99% of the things he has been fighting for recently, or the ideologies he has. But we're also very different people. Tito Robin's Muslim. First of all, I grew up a Jehovah's Witness Christian, so I think dun pa lang, the base of our principles are already very different. Religion does play a big factor in how a person thinks, I believe. But Tito Robin is also one of the nicest and kindest people I know. He is so nice, like very, very generous. He has such a good heart, but I would do things differently. Yeah. But that doesn't mean anything, I feel, because yeah, we're different people. Yeah, we're different people.
Let's talk about number one. When you were abroad, you had a long-time boyfriend,
Yes.
right? Norman, and
yeah.
you broke up.
We did. We broke up recently, yes.
And I think that surprised a lot of people because
Yeah.
I felt, eto na yun. Baka ikakasal na si Bella.
Really? Did you?
I felt, because you were so happy.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was naman. I think it was really just the reality of me moving back here. We had a talk. Like, it was a very mature conversation. We spoke about my moving back here, and I asked him, like, what are your, plans for the next 5 years and the next 10 years? Like, do you see yourself moving here also? And at that time, when we first had the conversation, he very bluntly said no, and I super respected that because I am the same too. Like, if he tells me now, like, or if he asked me back then, like, if I asked you right now to get married, so you would stay, would you say yes? I would have also said no. So I feel like we both knew where we had to be, and he has such a beautiful career also in London. He has such a good job. I feel like he's found his purpose also.
You talk about it so maturely. I
cried a lot.
Okay,
I
so
cried a lot. Yeah.
you were heartbroken.
Yeah. I just saw something recently na parang the first one who speaks up bleeds first. Parang the first one who sees that it's over bleeds first. So that's true because I was the one who had to bring up the conversation. So I guess I was in pain way before he was. Or I don't know if he saw it too and he just didn't want to speak up or he didn't want to say anything. But I had to be the bigger person, I guess, and bring up the conversation.
Wow, are you still in touch?
We talk almost every day. We're super
wow.
close friends. Actually, he visited me pa nung May. He visited the set of Isang Dangawit para kay Stella.
You've ended a 4-year-long relationship. That's a
Yeah.
big change in your life.
It is.
Moving back to the Philippines is a big change in your life.
Yeah.
But your health is another big change in your life.
I know, yeah. Parang nga I'm purging, you know?
Oo,
Parang so many things are happening in my life.
technically, you have so many changes in
Yes.
your life. And your health, you were really sick.
Yeah.
Ano yung sakit mo nun? You had a few. Una, may hypothyroid ka.
Yeah, I have
May
hypothyroidism.
polycystic ka.
Yeah, at PCOS.
Oo, ovary syndrome ka, PCOS.
Yeah. I found out that I had a few things while living in London because I was gaining so much weight without changing my lifestyle. I was working out 4 times a week.
Yes,
Like,
I remember I interviewed you.
Yes.
In Head
tama,
Start.
tama. Yes,
yeah.
yes. Oh, I was super like swollen. I should have seen, I should have known nung Head
Yeah.
Start pa lang. Also, no one pointed it out. Like, girl, you're so puffy. Like,
No,
something's happening to you.
you're really beautiful. So, I mean, right?
No
But
one called it out. Like, girl, parang something's happening to you.
you looked fine, but
Thank
you
you.
clearly felt
I did.
sick. Iba yun.
And
Oo.
yeah, I felt sluggish.
That's what I mean.
You had more energy than me at 6 a.m. Yun, parang I didn't change anything in my lifestyle, but my dad just passed away. So I thought, baka maybe this is just my body reacting to the sadness and the stress. But I was like, am I emotional eating? I'm not naman. Like, since my dad died, I had 1 donut, like that's the only bad thing I had. I was like, what's happening to my body? So I started getting checkups when I came back to the Philippines. And then they just saw that my levels were super off. When I came here, I found out that I had hypothyroidism.
So when you got treatment, anong naging epekto?
First of all, I started getting more energetic. I felt like the brain fog was slowly slipping away because I got super forgetful, Miss Karen. When I first found out that I had hypothyroidism, talagang the brain fog was so intense. Like I always hear about this when you walk into the room and into any room and you forget why you went there. That's very common. Pero ito yung, I'm thinking about it while walking to the room para I won't forget. And then I get to the room and I still forget about it. Like super forgetful. So it's one of the it's one of parang the symptoms also. Or it's one of your body's ways of telling you na parang something's wrong na. You're overloading na, parang ganon. So,
but when you got treatment, ang nangyari, one, the brain fog went away and you lost so much weight.
I did.
Yeah.
I lost 13 kilos in total na parang...
That's close to 30 pounds.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But it took a while. It took 6 months. Kasi I think people only see yung the part na where you lost weight. Kasi I would be on Showtime every day. So it's funny, nung umpisa, I would get comments about, oh, she did Ozempic. And I was like, guys, if it were that easy, then I would have taken Ozempic 2 years ago. It's so easy to get it in London, you know, like, and I get it there for free. I could get it there for free.
Yeah.
Dito, I would pay for it, you know. But,
Hindi.
hindi.
Oo, hindi.
If I could have gotten that quick fix, then I would have done it from the start. Why would I go on Showtime where I looked like an elephant? Like, no one told me. Like,
No naman. But,
you know what's funny? Kuya Vong would give me pants. Because I was like, oh, cute naman ang pants mo. And he's like, sige, bilan kita. He would buy me pants in his size and it wouldn't fit me. I was bigger than Kuya
No.
Vong. Yes. But yeah. But
so,
anyway.
nangyari yun?
Yeah, and I didn't know because I'm not the type of person who gets fixated too much
Yes,
on
same.
her weight or like how I look. Parang, I'll just check, like, okay, do I look reasonable today? Like, do I look like a person? Okay, I'll go out.
Okay na.
It's not like, I have to fix my hair, you know, I have to doll up. I'm not.
Which is
that
what's
kind.
attractive about you.
Thank you.
You
That's
know,
very nice.
matalino ka,
Thank you.
nagsusulat ka, you are occupied on other things.
Thank you.
Not just your looks.
Thank you very much.
Oo.
But maybe I let it slip away too much naman. Tapos nagulat ako na hindi kasya sa akin yung pantalon ni Vong. But Vong naman kasi is very slim, to be fair. But yeah, his pants wouldn't fit me. Like, he would get me, tinanong ko pa, sabi ko parang, did you get me a different size? Like, pang babaeng size ba to? Kasi gusto ko naman yung size nung sa'yo, maganda naman. I was saying pa, para oversize. Sabi niya, hindi, pares tayo ng size. Sabi ko, shucks, di talaga kasya. Hindi talaga siya kumasya sa akin.
Okay.
So yeah, but now it's loose na.
How hard was it for you when your father passed away?
He was living in Bangkok. The plan was to take him to London eventually, but right before I left for Europe na to relocate, my dad had a really, really big health scare. He didn't recognize me. He was calling me by my eldest sister's name. Pero he had so many tubes na coming out. When I came in, kasi he just got out of surgery, so he was still a bit disoriented. And then he was in a coma for a few days. Like, I was in the hotel for a few days, and then they called me back. He came to, and then we spoke a little bit, and then he would just fall asleep again. But parang nag-organ failure na siya ng medyo severe. And then for some reason, my dad bounced back. And then he went on to live 4 more years.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad's a fighter. Yeah.
Were you very close?
We were. I'm more a daddy's girl. I look a lot like him. I think more like him. I think we have the same sense of humor. We also take things very seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously.
Yeah.
Like, we know how to make fun of ourselves
Yeah.
and, you know, have fun with people.
So your parents separated. How old were you?
I was 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 3. I think I didn't know what was lacking. I have to say my mom brought me up in a secure environment, so I didn't feel like anything was wrong. And you know what they say, you can't miss what you don't know. I didn't know anything was wrong in our household. I thought it was normal for your dad to just call once in a while, you know. I think I only started figuring things out later on when I was in school.
Yeah.
Or when I saw like my cousins with their dads. I didn't feel like I was lacking. Also, I was brought up a lot in the Kingdom Hall and as a Jehovah's Witness. So I remember one of the things that would comfort me a lot before was my mom would always say that you could think of Jehovah God as your dad. So if you need to say anything, you can talk to him. So that's how I thought of it growing up. And I thought, who has a better dad, you know?
Yeah. Wait, were you ready when your father passed away?
I wasn't. I came from Lovey Post wedding. I was literally at the wedding, super happy. You know, everyone was. You know how when you're at the wedding, the joy is just so contagious. You bring it home with you.
Yeah.
You kind of bask in it for a few days. And my sister just called me and asked me if I was sitting down. And I was like, there can't be anything so bad that I need to sit down. So I immediately knew, like, oh, my dad's dead.
Wow.
Like, it just flashed in my head, like, oh, my dad's dead. And I said, I'm not, but I'll do it now. Parang nagbiro pa ako.
But how did that affect you? Your dad's passing.
I wonder nga if it would have been different if he passed if I was younger. I don't know if I'm desensitized because I'm at this age and I was living alone in London. Parang I thought it would hurt more, but also it hurt so much.
Yeah.
I just feel like it should have ripped me apart. And yet I was also still functioning. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a proper process for grief. I also don't know if I grieved properly also. Parang I cried so much, but did I cry enough?
How would you describe Bella Padilla today?
I would say that I I don't feel like there's anything wrong at the moment. Like, I don't feel like I'm picking up pieces. Like, I don't feel broken. But I'm also at a point right now where I'm figuring out who I want to be in the next few years. I'm redefining who I am.
But what did you discover about yourself?
I see beauty in the smallest things. I looked forward to spring a lot. There's a rose bush that grows very close to my house in London. It's right before you cross to High Street, Kensington. And for some reason, yung bush na yun lang, yung sobrang bango talaga yung roses. Yung pag dumaan ka, it hits you. And so now I associate that road with that smell. And I only walk through that road on happy days because I don't want to associate that smell with sadness.
Is that why you chose to do, alam mo yun, isang daang awit para kay Stella? Why that film?
I think I wanted to do it to close a chapter.
Gusto kita. Mahal kita. Yun yung punto nung huling tula.
Bakit ngayon mo lang sinabi sa akin?
I wanted to put an end to the story of Stella and Fidel. And I watched the film sa JRU muna nung isang araw, and I realized this isn't the end. There's gonna be a third film. Whether they do it for us or not, there's gonna be a third film. Sabi ko kay JC, even if they don't produce it, you and I are gonna produce it. We're gonna shoot this. It's gonna happen.
The film is so emotional. I mean,
It
I saw
is.
parts of the film. So number one, JC was completely acting na meron siyang physical
Yeah.
challenges.
Speech defect,
Oo,
yes.
meron siya nun. And because you said he's a professionally trained
Yeah.
actor.
Imagine dubbing a speech defect. Yeah. That's how good he is.
Pagmamahal na binigay ko sa'yo. Wasak. Masaya ka ba?
Oo. I can't imagine like going to the dubbing session. I would be so scared. Like I'd probably have to down like a bottle of tequila to get through a dubbing session where I have to stutter X amount of scenes. And the film's POV is always JC. So everything happening in the film is from JC's eyes. So ang dami niyang dialogue and he's stuttering. So parang sabi ko, grabe, paano mo dinadub to?
Now, you got a standing ovation. What is it about the character of Stella that's so magnificent for the audience?
Genuinely, I didn't like Stella as a character. She's so hard to love, so stubborn. Mahirap siya mahalin. She's so stubborn. She makes the worst choices in life, even if she gets good options naman. But kasi she was brought up in an environment where she wasn't set up to succeed. My process kasi as an actor is, when I say yes na to a role, I have to be the first person who can justify this character. I have to say, and this doesn't say anything bad about Direct Jason Pollock Samana because this is his brainchild, but Stella was written by a man. So her sensibilities or the fantasy of Stella is what a man would come up with. So I was very, very defiant when we were given the script for the second film na parang, I can't do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna play a character that was imagined by a man and that was written by a man so he can feel better about himself.
So what did you do?
So JC
Binago
and
mo ba
I...
si Stella?
I did. And JC and I, even JC naman, he also fixed Fidel.
Ito ba ang BELA Padilla film?
Is it? No, I don't think so yet. I think the Bella Padilla film will come from me talaga. It will be something I write and I direct. I don't know yet what it is though. I love this though. This will always be in parang my top 5 favorite films that I've done.
Kung gusto mo ba mag-international? Kasi you studied in London, Royal Academy of Arts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the dream. That genuinely, Miss Karen, I don't speak about it a lot because I don't like jinxing my dreams.
Yes, of course.
But now I also believe in putting it out there. Para one day, when it happens, someone's gonna go back to this vlog and they're gonna say, oh, Bella told Miss Karen that she's gonna get there one day. Yeah.
Anything can happen, right?
Yeah. You know, everybody I've told, like people who I feel could bring me there because I've asked people for help, you know, like,
Of course.
because you can't just get there. Like,
Of course.
that's something I realized when I got to London. So London's very different because it's not like in LA na parang, if you know people, you might get a foot in the room. In London, you really have to study. First of all, you have to be a student of any drama school,
Yes.
and then you really audition for stuff. But it's a long process. I did meet a few people, like maybe people who knew of agents or, you know, like people like that. And I would always say, just get me an audition. Like, or even a person who can get me an audition. And I would always say, if you're the person who can get me this and I win an Oscar one day, I'm bringing you.
I love it.
And I've promised this to so many people, maybe like 5 people. So I have 5 dates in my future Oscar nomination. But we don't know that yet, like when it's gonna happen. But it is gonna happen, Miss Karen. I've never said anything before that hasn't happened yet.
Why not dream big?
I know. I always
Yes.
tell people that.
Oo.
JC's like this also.
Oo.
We always say the same stuff. Like, he will tell me something and then I see it happen in his life in a few years. And then I'll text him, you remember you told me this before?
So best
Yeah.
friends kayo ni JC, no?
I think we have the same
Oo.
frequency.
Okay,
Yeah.
but did he ever date you? Pati na lang
No.
kayo.
Because he's married.
Mali, ba't ko tinanong yun?
Hindi, okay lang. It's okay, Miss Karen. A lot of people ask us. It's okay. Even our friends ask us. It's okay. But no, he has such a lovely wife. I'm the godmother of his kid. He also has a very smart kid, very beautiful. Looks exactly like him. So he has a beautiful family unit, and I'm so proud of him because that's something he's always wanted.
And you did say you are Jehovah's Witness. You grew up
Yes.
Jehovah's Witness. So, do you have a favorite Bible verse?
I do have Psalms 83:18. Kaya ako favorite to kasi ito yung pinampa-preach ko sa Greenbelt dati, no, 6 years old ako. Pag namimigay ako ng brochures. Okay, so people may know that you whose name is Jehovah, you alone are the most high over all the earth. So I think it's so grounding to always remember that there is a higher being, a lot bigger than us. When your problems get too big, you have to remember you're not the biggest person in the world. The world doesn't revolve around you. And someone up there is taking care of you.